We've had a fun year, haven't we? It's going to be one of those strange situations where we're not going to have an actual bloody Parchment this year. So we've opted for the second best, which is a virtual one. So if you are watching this, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you also to our Horrorfest organizers for making this possible. Hopefully, if all goes well, we'll see you at the Labia Theatre next year. I've got a lovely selection of African authors who are joining us on this video for a reading from their works. I'm not going to introduce them here, you'll see them as they crop up. But I will do a small reading from my award-winning novel, Sing Down the Stars. And it's a nice sci-fi little thriller for youngsters and those young at heart. And here goes. Oh, I should introduce myself. I'm Nerine Dorman. Some of you might know me, some of you might not know me, so hi. You all right, Nuri? May asked that morning as they got ready for their early run. Byron and Vathar had already gone downstairs, and it was just the two girls in the dorm room. Nuri tightened the straps of her running shoes. Yeah, all right. I saw you climb out the window. Already dressed and waiting, May dangled her legs off her bunk. And you didn't rat on me? It wasn't a question. May shook her head. I figured you had your reasons. Things have been pretty intense lately. We all need a bit of breathing room. Thank you, Nuri said. May's smile was warm. You found what you were looking for? She was right. Nuri did feel lighter, more resolute. Come on, May, let's see if we can make the nasty girls eat our dust. More like mud. They both laughed as they hurried into the press of fellow recruits, all trotting down the passage, voices echoing. The nudge, when it came, happened on the stairs as Nuri took the first step down, more like a shove, really, but telekinetic, and hard, no chance to block it. Finely honed reflexes took over instead. Damage control. If you can't recover your balance, use the forward momentum for a controlled landing, her muscle memory informed her. Only there were others ahead of her, and her legs fouled with another recruit's. The impacts to her head, her arms, her chest were sudden, breathtaking, so that when she skidded to a halt with a pile of bodies on top of her and the stairs digging into her ribs, she couldn't at first figure out what had happened. Then the pain, swelling, coming in waves until her world grayed at the edges as she tried to take stock. Every breath sent sharp pains through her chest, and the cries of her fellows were too loud in her ears and in her head. Nuri! May's voice reached her, as if from a distance, and people shifted, groaning. Pressure eased as recruits were helped up. Facilitators arrived, issuing terse orders. Nuri crawled to a wall where she could lean up against while she fought to breathe, pathetically grateful for May's arm slung around her shoulders as the Terran girl whispered into her ear. You'll be all right. Slow, deep breaths. Where May touched her, on her shoulders, her back, her sides, the pain subsided slightly, enough for her to calm down, to stop shaking. I don't know when I last fell. Nuri didn't say pushed. Not here, not now. She didn't want to cause trouble until she had more information about who and how. What happened? May asked. You looked like you just flew into the others. Nuri shook her head, inhaled carefully, winced at the sharp jab of agony from her ribs. Later. I felt something. A person near the stairwell behind us. They used telekinesis. Shh, Nuri said. A facilitator came to them, a terse Huron by the name of Reza. Can you walk, Chosen? Nuri dipped her head. I think so. I'll help, May said. We should go to the clinic, right? Only if she can walk. Otherwise, wait for the stretcher. Nuri rose carefully, but then the overwhelming, sudden pain in her head made her so dizzy she nearly blacked out. She sat again quickly. I guess not, she said through gritted teeth as a wave of nausea flashed hot and cold through her. Damn feeling this helpless. Damn whoever had caused this in the first place, and damn the fact that somebody still wanted to hurt her. Only now it had moved beyond words. The only positive was that the medic bots arrived with a stretcher only a few minutes later, and she wasn't alone in suffering this indignity. 3 others had been hurt almost as badly as she had. What followed passed in a haze of painkillers and thoroughly examination. Not once did May leave Nuri's side, talking her through all the examinations. When she was eventually allowed to fall asleep, there were no dreams. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the videos.